Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. 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 Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Namostu te Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullaravindayata Patranetra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraika Panaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gitamrata Duhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsah Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamratam Mahat Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadrona Tata Jayadrata Jala Gandhara Nilotpala Shalyag Grahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Kalu Pandavairananadi Kaivartakah Keshavaha Parasharyavachas Sarojamamalam Gitartha Gandhotkatam Nanakyanaka Kesaram Marikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam Muda Bhuyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradvamsina Shreyase Rupam Karoti va Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkrpatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudramarutastunvanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sanga Padakramopanishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam na vidussura suragana Devaya tasmai namaha Devaya tasmai namaha Devaya tasmai namaha. We are studying from the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna wants to have a direct experience of the divine majesty of Sri Krishna. Therefore, he begs Sri Krishna to reveal his real form or his divine form. So in the first verse, Sri Arjuna asks, Mad Anugraha. Why do I need this? Because out of your grace, when your grace showers on us. Indeed, the divine grace is always there. We only have to project our antennas to receive that grace. The sound waves are everywhere. The other waves, the TV waves, it is there everywhere. We only need the antenna or the device to catch hold of it. In the same manner, the divine grace is constantly flowing. We only have to become true recipients to receive the grace of the divine. So Arjuna says here, Mad Anugraha. Well, I have taken refuge in you and you have taken my responsibility. So Anugraha means you show your form to me, your blessings towards me. You demonstrate your blessings towards me. That is called as Anugraha over there. So what happens with Anugraha? Once you reveal, even a little bit of yourself is revealed to me, I will be able to follow you, and then I will be able to realize you. And he says, Guhyam Adhyatma Samnitam. This is not available otherwise. It is very guhya. That means it is a secret because it is very sacred. Therefore, please reveal yourself to me. Guhyam Adhyatma Samnitam. This is Adhyatma, that which concerns the spirit. The objects of the external world is easy to understand, but the secrets that are hidden within ourselves, it's very difficult to understand ourselves. That's why it needs an external inducer to show to us that it is here. Guru gives a mantra. That's why you see in all the avatars, even though they be the incarnations of the divine, they all have a guru just to point out the marga or point out the way. That is to say that everybody needs a little bit of push. Or if you bring in every one of us, there is the spark of the divine. It only needs another spark to come and touch this, to become a blazing fire. Therefore he says, Mad Anugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samnitam. Especially the secrets of the Adhyatma. What is Adhyatma? Adhi Atma. Atman is the self. That which is the very basis of our self. That is called as Adhyatma. Spirituality is the very basis of our being. Whether you believe in something or not, it does not matter. But what you are, that you will be, that you shall be. Therefore, that is called as Adhyatma. Everybody is intrinsically spiritual. Whether you are a worldly person or whether you believe in God or not, it is not the matter. But everyone's real nature is that he or she is the spirit. So, Guhyam Adhyatma Samnitam, it is known by the name Adhyatma. Yat Tvaya Uktam Vachastena Moho Ayam Mohaha Vigato Mama. Once you give this secret to me, Arjuna says, Moha, my Moha, that means delusion, thinking that all these kith and kin, the elders, etc., who are ready to fight with me, they belong to me. That idea will go away. Ultimately, everything belongs to the Lord. The kith and kin or the father, mother, everyone belongs to Him. Who are we to question when He brings and when He takes? It's a very important point to note all the time. Sometimes we get worked out when somebody near or dear, one who is very close to us, when he or she passes away, or something happens, some terrible things happen to them, we get very perturbed and we say, why God is so unkind, why He is so cruel, and all that. So this Adhyatma Vidya, the knowledge of the spirit, it tells us that basically, intrinsically, you are the divine. The divine itself has become everything. That is, we keep that aside. But if we take it on the other side, we have to understand that God has created or has become everything, created everything, and it is up to Him when He will take us away, when He will take us back to Him. Who are we to question that? It's very difficult, but the truth is that we come from the divine, we exist in the divine, and we go back to the divine. As such, we cannot resent anything at all. Whenever we have resentment in our hearts, it leads to despair. Resentment leads to despair, depression, anxiety. Everything comes because of that resentment. Why me? We ask this question. So here in this verse, Sri Krishna, Arjuna, he very clearly says that you are the one Yat tvaya uktam moha ayam mohaha tena vachaha ayam mohaha vigataha. Because of your instruction, now this feeling or this thought that I am the killer, or I am the destroyer, or I am the one who is hurting has gone now. Ultimately, now I have realized that it is you who is the doer, you who is who is the one who brings everyone into this your world, and you are the one who will ultimately take everyone away. So this understanding comes through this sloka, first sloka. Then in the second verse, Sri Arjuna says, Bhavapyayau hi bhutanam shrutau vistarasho maya tvattah kamalapatraksha mahatmyamapi chavyayam. O lotus-eyed one, Kamalapatraksha, from thee I have heard at length about the origin and dissolution of creatures, as also about thy greatness that knows no decay. From you I have heard at length about the origin and dissolution of creatures. The Lord is the seed of all beings, the bija. So he says here, bhava and apyaya, two words he has used. Bhava means to become, to manifest, to create. So he is the bhava, and then he is also the apyaya. He is the cause of, apyaya means dissolution, that is going back. The seed comes from a tree, but the tree itself comes from the earth. And then again the seed falls onto the earth, again becomes a tree. So this is the example, bhava and apyaya. The seed becomes the tree, and then again the tree becomes the seed, and then it manifests again. So he says, oh, from thee I have heard. And then he says, you are avyaya. You are the one where there is no decay. His greatness is always eternal. One cannot limit the greatness of the divine or the possibilities of the divine. This must be understood. Many years ago, a scientist had written in a magazine, and one of our Swamis, Swami Mukhyanandaji, he read it out to us, and he said, look, this fellow has written like this. What is it? Can God create a rock that he cannot lift? Can God create a huge rock that he cannot lift? So, the Swami explained it to us. See, this fellow asked this question. Why he says, if God is all powerful, or he is the creator, then he should be able to create that which is very large. And then again, if he cannot lift it, it means that he is not all powerful. So to this the Swami responded, and he said, God cannot be limited by anything that he or she can do. He can create, of course, and he can also act as if he cannot lift it. He can act. Actors can do whatever you want. So you can also act that you cannot lift it. But he has got the power to lift it also. So avyaya, he is the one without any decay, without any limit. Therefore, you are the one, Sri Krishna, Arjuna says, Bhavapyayau hi bhutanam shrutau vistarasho maya. Now, you talk to me about yourself in great detail. evametad yathat tattvam atmanam parameshvara drashtumichhami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. Thou art, O Lord Supreme, even as what thou hast declared thyself to be. You are what you are. Even though you have declared yourself to be, I understand and I accept it, yet I now desire to see that form of thine as the Lord of all. See, I understand, O Lord, about what you say about yourself, yet I want to know, I want to have an experience about you in greater detail, says Arjuna here. Sri Krishna, in this Bhagavad Gita, we see Sri Krishna manifested in two aspects. One is as the Sarathi, as the driver of Sri Krishna's chariot. Traditionally, a driver is supposed to be, a driver's job is supposed to be a menial job, like the cleaners and so on and so forth in traditional India. Therefore, when Sri Krishna assumed the job or the duty of a Sarathi, people thought, oh, Krishna, he is, he is just a driver, that's all. That's how people understood. And even Arjuna also, even though he knew of the greatness of Sri Krishna, yet out of delusion he started thinking of Sri Krishna as his Sarathi, mere driver. Therefore, in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, we see he is ordering Sri Krishna. He says, take my chariot and station it between the two armies. That is the army of the Pandavas and the army of Kauravas. In between station my chariot so that I can see everyone. Just as an egoistic person saying, hey, take me there and I want to see what is there. So Arjuna did that to Sri Krishna. But on the other hand, Arjuna also has now understood that Sri Krishna is the ultimate Guru. He is the Parama Guru. He is the ultimate Guru. And therefore, he is none other than the divine Guru itself, that is Brahman itself. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, and also scriptures also say, that one should not look upon a Guru as a mere human being. Even though a Guru has a human form, yet for our spiritual benefit, we should always consider the Guru as none other than a manifestation of the Supreme Brahman. That's why we chant that wonderful mantra, Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwaraha, etc. So that shows that the divine manifests itself or himself through a Guru. So as a Guru, as Sri Krishna here, that is the Guru as Brahman, Sri Krishna is immanent everywhere. Sarvam Krishna Mayam Jagat. That means he is immanent. He is spread himself everywhere. In one of the songs by Purandaradasa or Kanakadasa, I cannot remember, a Kannada saint, he says, Anu Renu Trina Kashta Paripurna Govinda. Anu Renu. Anu means in the atom. Renu, that means in the sand. Trina, in the grass. Kashta, in the wood. Paripurna, he is enveloping all of them. All of these are filled with the essence of the divine. Therefore, Sri Krishna is immanent in everything. See, but He says, I know that this is what it is. Yet, everything is you. Yet, I want to know more about you and I want to see you. We are all aware in today's world, we are not happy just to have audio, hear the audio. We want to have also the video. We want to see. In the same way, Sri Arjuna also wanted to have this video, the vision of Sri Krishna as he has manifested in the 10th chapter. Sri Krishna has revealed himself who he is. Yet, that urge in Arjuna that I want to know more about, I want to see him face to face. That is the idea. That's why when Swami Vivekananda, Narendranath went to Sri Ramakrishna, he asked this very pertinent question. Have you seen God? He has read a lot and he has also heard from great preachers about what God is, etc. But he wanted to know or see a person who has seen God. That's why his first question was, have you seen God? But Sri Ramakrishna's response was even more unique. He said, I see God, present continuous tense. I see God. I see God. That is the way he's here. He wants to see the divine. See, when that urge or when that aspiration, I will have to use that word, aspiration comes to a human being, then the goal is very near at hand. Manyase yadi tacchakyam maya drashtumiti prabho yogeshvara tato me tvam darshayatmanam avyayam. If, O Lord, thou thinkest me worthy of experiencing that immutable form of thine, then deign to reveal the same to me, O thou master of all yoga. Says, O Prabhu, O Lord, if I am worthy of experiencing it, see, if you consider me fit, this is a great prayer that we should adopt in our lives. See, O Lord, I do not know whether I deserve this or not, but I feel that I need this. Of course, on the other hand, we can also say, with regard to our needs, that means without which we cannot survive properly, we can enforce that demand. Sri Ramakrishna also says, when somebody asks this question, does the divine being or God not know what we want or what we need? Why should we ask of it? Then Sri Ramakrishna says, yes, if you are convinced that God will provide you with whatever you need, then you need not ask. But having said that, if you really feel that there is a need for something and it is not there, you can enforce your demand on God. And he says, what? He says, oh, Divine Mother, you have brought me into this world and you have put me in these difficult circumstances. No, I order you, I command that you help me. We can also enforce that. There are many songs to this effect. Enforce your demand on the divine. That is possible. For needs, there is a difference between needs and wants, as all of us are aware. Needs are those which are intrinsically essential for our survival. Wants are those which are optional. It's a luxury. When we studied economics, the first lesson that we were given was about necessities and luxuries. Necessities are the needs and luxuries are the wants. without which we can always survive. So here he says, if you consider me fit, yes, coming back to that topic of prayer, we can always ask for our needs, we can even demand the divine, but with regard to our wants, we will have to leave it to the Lord. The very fact that something has not come in our way, it shows that we are probably not ready for it as yet. So we just leave it at the hands of the divine and say to the Lord, look here, I feel that I want this. If you think that it is good, then please give it to me. It's a clever way of prayer, there is no doubt. So, manyase yadi tat shakyam maya drashtumiti prabhu. If you think that I am worthy of experiencing that immutable form of thine, then you please reveal them to me. See, Sri Ramakrishna used to give an example that when a teenager's son comes and demands from the parents, look, I want to go out in the world, I want to do business, etc. So give me a portion of my inheritance. Then the parents will say, child, you are not yet ready for it, you do not know how to manage it, so just wait till you become an adult and then you will get what you want. After all, everything belongs to you. But if the child becomes very importunate and becomes very arrogant and says, no, I want everything, then the parents might yield and say, all right, take it and get out of our way. We may take it, but then the danger of that is that the child will not be able to maintain it, will not be able to look after it. That's why Sri Krishna in one of the previous chapters he has said, yoga and kshema vahamyaham. It's a beautiful expression over there. Yoga is to get things. We may get things, but do we have the capacity, do we have the wherewithal to maintain it? Kshema, to look after it, to protect it? If we do not have it, then do not ask for it. When you have the courage, when you have the maturity to handle the situation, then when it comes to you, you will be able to hold on to it, or you will be able to even develop it further. You may be able to grow it further. So here, in the Sri Ramakrishna's life, you will see that many devotees came to Sri Ramakrishna and said, no, please grant us Lord vision. Please give us God vision. Many of them sought this. Sri Ramakrishna would then shoo them off and said, no, you are not ready for it, you go away, it will come. Or, always he used to say, it will happen in due course, why are you so restless about it, you will get it. And of course they would go away. But in Narendranath, when he came, he demanded that he should have the vision, God vision. So Sri Ramakrishna relented and he said, sorry, he gave up, and then he said, all right. And so he touched him, and it transformed the whole being of young Narendranath, so much so that he started seeing consciousness covering everything, divine consciousness covering everything, and he could not function a normal life. So then after 3 days he ran back to Sri Ramakrishna and said, please take it back, because he was not yet ready for it. But again, the same Narendranath, when he practiced all the spiritual disciplines according to the instructions of his guru, he had the Nirvikalpa Samadhi himself. Even while Sri Ramakrishna was alive, he had that Nirvikalpa Samadhi. At that time, he was not afraid of that experience. So, manyase yadi tachakyam maya drashtumiti prabhu. Yogeshvara tato mitvam darshaya atmana. You are the master of all yoga. See, again, yoga here is used in the term that he is the one who is the grantor of everything, yoga. Then Sri Krishna says, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Pashya me partha rupani shatashotha sahasrashah nana vidhani divyani nana varna kriti nicha. Behold, O Partha, my manifold forms in their hundreds and thousands, all divine and all of varied hues and shapes. Pashya me partha rupani. Behold this. See, I am everywhere. I am every. Shatashaha. That means hundreds. Sahasrashaha. Thousands. Nana vidhani. All the different types. In all hues. In all colors. Nana varna. And akriti nicha. In shapes. That means you will behold all of this. Some are very tiny, some are huge. But I will grant you that vision. Otherwise, in the ordinary, you cannot see this through ordinary eyes. So I will grant you that vision through which you can behold all of this. See? If God does not give us or grant us the eyes to behold, we will not be able to see Him. It is He who has to give us, grant us that the eyes to behold Him. Ke to mare jante pare, tumi na jana le pore. In Bengali, there is a song. Oh Mother, who can know you? But if you do not yourself reveal, if you not yourself show, or if you do not give me the vision to behold you. So here, Sri Krishna says, I am going to give that to you as a special favor to you. I will give that to you. And towards when he reveals everything, Arjuna is unable to behold it, and then he begs, please, please, stop this. I cannot take this anymore. Even though he was granted the eyesight or the vision to behold it, yet it was too much for him to hold on to it. And then Sri Krishna says in the next verse, Pashyadityan vasun rudran ashvinau marutas bahunya drushta purvani Pashyascharyaani Bharata. Behold the Adityas and the Vasus, the Rudras and the Ashwins and the Maruts likewise. Behold these marvels unseen by any before. Ocean of Bharata's clan. See, he is saying, behold the Adityas. All these that are being mentioned in this verse are the progenies of Aditi and Kashyapa. The original parents of human race were these two, Aditi and Kashyapa. Out of them came all of these. Who are these? First of all, he says, Pashya Adityan. Aditis. What are those Aditis? They are 12 in number. Dvadasha Aditya. They are Vivaswan, Aryaman, Tvashta, Savitru, Bhaga, Dhata, Mitra, Varuna, Amsha, Pushan, Indra and Vishnu as Vamana Rupa. So these are deities who are known to be the beneficial deities, those who benefit, those who grant success in life, or these are those who also guard the world and uphold righteous living. So these are the Dvadasha Adityas. These are the different names of the divine. And then Vasus. Vasu means the ones who are elemental gods. And who are the Vasus? 8 Ashtavasus. First is Anala or Agni or fire. And then comes Dhara, that is water. Then Aditi, that is earth. Then Aha, that is air. And then Pratyusha, that is the sun. And Prabhasa, the dawn, the junction between the night and the morning. And then Soma, the moon. And then Dhruva, that is the star, constellation or a pole star. Both of these meanings can be adopted over there. So these are the ones who are the elements which bring life into existence. So they are called the Vasus. Another meaning of the Vasu is the great Naga or that serpent, 1,000-hooded serpent, which is protecting the earth. That is another meaning. And then Pashyadityan Vasun Rudran. In the Rudram, Sri Rudram, we get these 11 names. Ekadasha Rudra, Aja, Ekapada, Ahirbudnya, Tvashta, Rudra, Hara, Shambhu, Triambaka, Aparajita, Ishana, and Tribhuvana. These are the names of Rudras, the 11 Rudras. Rudra by its terminology, it means that which is very terrible, that which is the cause of destruction. That is one of the meanings of Rudra. Rudra is also means fierce, that which is very fearful. So that is Rudras, which is essential for the betterment of people. If we do not have fear, the society will become wayward. Therefore, Rudra is essential. Then Ashvinau, it is Dvitva, that is 2, Ashvini Kumaras, the sons of Surya, the sun, and Samnya. So these are Ashvini Kumara. Those are the ones, healing doctors. They are Ashvini Kumaras. They are the original healing doctors. And in the Mahabharata we find that Kunti prays to the Ashvini Kumaras, and as a result Nakula and Sahadeva are born. Therefore the Nakula and Sahadeva are technically the sons of the Ashvini Kumaras. And then Ashvinau Marutaha Tatha. Then he talks about Maruta, the winds, the storm, the deities of the storm or of the wind or of the air. So they are the sons of Rudra and Prishni, Marutaha. In the Puranas, the number of Marutas vary from almost 27 to 60 Maruts, the different names. How detailed they had gone, you see, in identifying the different aspects of air or of wind. Ashvinau Marutah Tata Bahuni Adrushta Purvani. These are marvelous, Adrushta Purva, that which has not been seen before. Na Drushta Purvam. Purvam means before, na drishtam. Na drishtam means not seen. It is not adrishta or fate, but it is na drishta purvani, adrishta purvani. Pashya ascharyani bharata. These are the marvels. These are the wonderful manifestations. Now, behold all of this. So he begins from creation itself, that is the manifestation of the human race itself. And from then onwards, he goes further. Ihaikastham jagat krutsnam pashyadya sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesha yacchanyad. He addresses Arjuna as Gudakesha. Gudakesha means one who has conquered. Kesha, one who has conquered. Guda, that means sleep. So Arjuna was the one who had mastery over sleep. See, mastery over sleep. That means he would not get tired. He would not need any rest at all. And because of all that, the intense practices, spiritual practices that he had performed, he had got that capacity to remain awake all the time. Budakesha, Mama Dehe, behold here and now, the whole of this universe of conscious and unconscious entities, as also anything also you desire to experience, all abiding as a unity in my body. See, he said, Pashya adya sacharacharam. Sacharachara. Chara means the moving, and achara, that which is not moving. So both the sentient as well as the non-sentient are the outcome of the divine itself. So when people make fun of us and said, oh, you are worshipping a stone. No, stone also has got life. You do not see it, but there is life in stone. There is life in the tree, there is life in everything that we behold in this universe. Pashya adya sacharacharam. Mama dehe, all of them are in my body here itself, Gudakesha. Echa anyad drashtum ichchasi. If you want to experience anything more also, then ask for it and it shall be granted to you. We will stop here and we will take up the next verse next Sunday. Om Shantakaram Bhujakashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalanayanam Yogiridhyanagamyam Vande Vishnum Bhavapayaharam Sarvalokaikanatham. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna